So something else big happened on Raw, other than lately I've been realizing you just have to accept that Raw is going to have an hour of like nothing.
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass versus Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Like, you just have to accept that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Goldust turned on R-Truth.
You can completely ignore it. Yeah, Goldust turning heel on R-Truth. That won't matter in 3 weeks. They're not going to make a storyline out of it. They're not going to have a high-profile feud. So just know that stuff like that happens on Raws.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'll be on the pre-show. I think the pre-show is too high-profile for R-Truth and Golden Dust. Yep, Golden Dust, baby.
Poor R-Truth.
But anyways, something else big happened. It wasn't the main event. It wasn't the IC title match, which we'll talk about after this. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns to talk about who is the best man who should be fit for being Universal Champion. We had a good match. I didn't watch the full match. I watched a cut together version of it, but it looked to be good.
Mm-hmm. I watched.
At least he kicked out of the Superman punch, not the spear though. No one kicks out of that.
I watched this whole match and
live.
Yeah, it was. I watched it with my dad.
Did you guys say Roman? What match did Roman have at WrestleMania?
Great match. It was really good. It was definitely one of the best Raw matches we've had all year. Like that triple threat from a couple weeks ago and this are both really good. And both of them had Finn in it, so hey, keep your eyes peeled. Now, like, I have a theory as opposed to why the result was the way it was. I think that they might have Finn win that number one contenders Fatal 5-Way, go on to face Brock Lesnar, probably lose. But, I think they did that because, like, you want Roman to look good down the line, and like basically this goes back a little bit to the Kevin Owens and AJ Styles match that I was talking about, where you can have Finn lose because he's going to win the bigger match later on. And like, I understand for short-term booking, I understand it makes sense. It gives Roman Reigns the momentum that he beat Finn, and it gives Finn the momentum because hey, he's number one contender. But long-term booking wise, like, you just threw out really good storyline for down the line. Like, remember when I said maybe for WrestleMania you could do Roman versus Finn because he beat Roman in his first night, and it's kind of poetic in that way. Well, you can't do that anymore. Finn previously was the guy that Roman has never beaten. Now he has. I think in long-term booking, it's kind of short-sighted. And it was kind of done. The result was kind of done on the fly. Like, oh yeah, well Finn's gonna win in a couple weeks anyway, so he's gonna face Brock Lesnar first. So whatever. It's okay if he loses. This is also his first main roster loss, too. So, well, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a big Finn fan, so I don't mean that in a negative way. I just had to tell everybody. I'm sure they know that, but you take it more personally than I would. I look at it and I go, okay, so what does this mean? And I don't think it's that big of a deal, only because you have to look at the flip of it. It's not like when Roman lost to Finn in Finn's debut on Raw that you said, oh, now Roman Reigns is done for. Like Roman Reigns, he lost to Finn. He lost a main roster match to a guy who just debuted. Roman's done for. No, Roman's beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania and retired him. So now, I don't think it's a huge deal. Winning clean can be a huge deal, but I think Roman Reigns is going to be the top heel on Raw. Roman Reigns doesn't lose. And Finn had a match against somebody who never loses, and he lost. So I don't think it's too surprising. They're 1-1 against each other, so the rubber match is still there. You can always have a trilogy of matches, and then you go, oh, who is the best of these two guys in 1-on-1? It leaves open a third match, which I like, because both of them were 1-on-1, and both of them ended clean. So it's like, okay, well, we need to have the third match to see who wins that one clean. So I think it does, in the long term, have something still open for these two.
It's different.
Personally,
it's different. Yeah.
I don't think it's so clear cut as far as who's going to win the Universal number one contenders match. I really don't know who's going to win. I think anybody could win of those 5. There's some who could win more than others, but I think any of them could win. But I don't think it's too damaging. Finn Balor also has that. He has something in his sleeve all the time that he could be the demon, and then he wrestles better or whatever.
Yeah, he did that with Kevin Owens.
I hate talking about it because it just feels so like funny. It's like, oh man, he could turn into the demon. Like, he's got that in the back of his pocket.
Roman's always the demon, so
yeah. But Finn lost to the top heel on SmackDown on Raw, in my opinion. So
yeah,
he lost clean? Yeah, but Roman Reigns is a big deal. Roman Reigns is a huge deal. Losing to Roman isn't like losing to Alicia Fox. So I think he'll be just fine.
One thing though, Roman was injured.
Yeah.
He was injured. He had his busted up ribs and he had his busted up arm. Finn went after both of those, and Roman. What move did he try to do? I think he tried to do a Samoan drop or something, and he couldn't do it. So Finn's like, oh, and then he started kicking him again. So that kind of irked me, but you could have attributed it to, oh man, Roman worked through his injuries. What a guy. So because Braun Strowman is going to be around for a while, so I don't know.
But Roman's got to keep his injuries and still have them to make Braun
well, yeah. But if he sold them and he lost, it would be like, oh, that Braun Strowman, but we're not going to see him for a while. So yeah, I get that. But neither of them were at their peak kayfabe peak performance. Roman was injured. Finn wasn't the demon. Even though Finn had a different finisher. He had it for a little bit in NXT. It's sort of like a brainbuster sort of thing. He should do that as the demon, because other than the paint, he doesn't change anything about himself.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I am still optimistic. I think Finn Balor has been putting out good matches, and I'm glad to have him back.
That's one thing.
I know you were very upset by this initially. I was as a fan of neither of these guys. I like Finn Balor, but he's not one of my favorites. I hope he does well. I hope he gets booked well. I hope he gets the Universal title back in time. And I don't think this is too big of a veer off.
So it's like opposite of Sasha and Alicia Fox.
Yeah, I think Sasha is a lot more damaged. Because, I don't know. It's not like Finn lost clean to... I want to say R-Truth, but it's not like Finn lost clean to Apollo Crews. I don't know.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. But whatever. It's not like that. He lost to, in my opinion, the biggest guy in the company. So I think he'll be okay.
Yeah,
he can come back from this, and he'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
I do think it's fun to talk about, though.
Oh yeah, I love talking about stuff like that. Yeah.